Good morning, students. Welcome to B.Sc-II 4th semester Zoology class. Today I am going to discuss on the histology of thyroid gland. Histology of thyroid gland, another important endocrine gland. So thyroid gland is the most familiar endocrine gland. It is situated in the neck region below the larynx. Below the larynx. The larynx is voice box. So it is situated in the neck region. So this is the thyroid gland. Can you see here? And this part is the voice box, larynx. Okay, thyroid gland. And it has three lobes. Two lateral lobes, and these two are connected by the isthmus. So it consists of right and left lobes connected in the middle by an isthmus. Thyroid gland comprises of a framework of connective tissue. Yes, framework of connective tissue is there, enclosing numerous rounded or oval follicles or vesicles of different sizes and covered by capsule. So here you can see. So these are follicles. So these are rounded structures. These are called follicles, thyroid follicles, and all follicles are externally covered by capsule, connective tissue capsule. So under high power, this is one follicle. These are follicular cells. Okay, these are follicular cells, and they secrete the thyroid hormones in this lumen, and this is called thyroid colloid. So intrafollicular tissue is there. Okay. So thyroid gland comprises a framework of connective tissue enclosing numerous rounded or oval follicles or vesicles of different sizes and covered by capsule. Histologically, it consists of a number of rounded thyroid follicles of various sizes separated by one another by connective tissue strands. Thyroid is composed of follicular and intrafollicular zones. Follicles are surrounded by single-layered cuboidal epithelial cells. Follicles are surrounded by single-layered cuboidal epithelial cells. So here cuboidal epithelial cells are there. Okay. Next, lumen of each follicle contains a viscous liquid called as thyroid colloid. So the lumen of the follicle is having the colloidal substance, liquid, and this is called thyroid colloid. Interfollicular zone contains blood vessels, nerves, and large number of nuclei. It is innervated from the sympathetic nerves. It is innervated by sympathetic nerves. So the thyroid endocrine gland is controlled by autonomic nervous system. In that, the sympathetic nervous system controls the activity of thyroid gland. Thyroid gland secretes thyroxine which contains an amino acid and 65% of iodine. So iodine is important for the production of thyroxine hormone from the thyroid gland. The production of thyroxine is under the regulatory control of TSH. TSH is secreted by the pituitary gland, anterior pituitary gland, thyroid stimulating hormone, and it stimulates thyroid gland to secrete thyroxine. So for the production of thyroxine, iodine is necessary. Iodine is necessary for the production of thyroxine. Therefore, we take iodinated salt. Salt, what we are getting now in the market is iodinated. It has iodine. So iodine is necessary for the production of thyroxine hormone. So thyroxine hormone is very, very essential for the maintenance of normal metabolic rate. Okay. Next, so this is thyroid cartilage, lobe of thyroid gland. These are thyroid gland lobes, right lobe, left lobe, and this one is the isthmus, and this is trachea. In front of trachea, just below the larynx. So this is larynx. Larynx is supported by cartilaginous, structures. So this is the histological aspect of thyroid gland when we observe under microscope. Then functions of thyroid gland. Functions of thyroid gland. Thyroid secretion. The main function of thyroid is production of thyroxine to stimulate growth and to regulate the metabolism of the body. So body metabolism is controlled by thyroid secretion, that is thyroxine hormone. So normal growth of the body is also controlled by thyroxine. It is necessary for the normal growth of the body in children. It helps in the formation of bones, hairs, skin, and nervous system. So all our body tissues growth depends on proper secretion of thyroxine hormone. So it helps in the formation of bones, hairs, skin, nervous system. In adults, thyroxine increases the BMR, basal metabolic rate. Basal metabolic rate is increased by the thyroxine. If thyroxine is not secreted in a proper amount, the BMR rate comes down, basal metabolic rate. As basal metabolic rate increases, intake of food is also increasing. So BMR is responsible for production of energy, basal metabolic rate. See, the people who are doing strenuous work have more energy, therefore they have more basal metabolic rate. Those who are working in office, they need less energy, and their basal metabolic rate is also lesser than these strenuous work performing people. Okay, so thyroxine is necessary for metamorphosis in amphibians. Yes, thyroxine is also necessary for the metamorphosis in amphibians. You know what is metamorphosis? Metamorphosis is a process during which less developed larva becomes more developed adult. This is called metamorphosis. This metamorphosis occurs in almost all animals. So in amphibians, thyroxine plays very important role in its metamorphosis. So tadpole larva becomes adult due to the secretion of thyroxine. Tadpole larva has tail, but adults do not have tail, the frogs. Okay, so for their proper metamorphosis, thyroxine is necessary. Then deficiency of thyroxine results in low metabolism, and in adults an abnormal enlargement of the thyroid gland occurs, and this condition is called goiter. So when deficiency of thyroxine is there, the thyroid gland enlarges in size, and this condition is known as goiter. At the neck region, a protuberance of the thyroid gland can be seen externally, that is called goiter. That is due to less secretion of thyroxine, less production of thyroxine by the thyroid gland. So in children, deficiency causes cretinism. In children, what happens if the thyroxine is not secreted in proper quantity? That leads to cretinism, dwarf, and mental retardedness. Mentally, they are retarded, and their growth is also affected. So this is called as cretinism. Then hyperthyroidism results in protrusion of eyeballs. This is called exophthalmic goiter. Increased BP, blood pressure, heart rate, and body temperature. So hyperthyroidism leads to excess secretion of thyroxine, that leads to increase in blood pressure, heart rate, and body temperature. As a result, basal metabolic rate also increased. This is due to hypersecretion of thyroxine. This is called hyperthyroidism. Less secretion of thyroid leads to dwarfism. So for proper growth of body, this secretion of thyroid gland or production of thyroxine hormone is must. So the growth of the body is not only controlled by growth hormone secreted by the pituitary gland, it is also controlled by thyroxine secreted by the thyroid gland. So these are the few functions of thyroid gland. So next, assignments, questions. So on this topic there are two questions. First one is, which hormone is secreted by the thyroid gland? Which hormone is secreted by the thyroid gland? Actually, thyroid gland secretes three hormones: tetraiodothyronine, triiodothyronine, and calcitonin, thyrocalcitonin. Right? Here the important among these three is thyroxine, tetraiodothyronine. So that's only given in this part. Therefore, you give only thyroxine name. So write any two functions of thyroid hormones. Physiological functions of the thyroid hormones. So these are the two questions on this topic. Okay, thank you.